He's nuts. They're all lucky, Steve. I mean, outside of San Francisco and Baltimore, they're all lucky. Philadelphia got lucky when Skeldon dropped a pass in Kansas City for crying out loud.
Right.
And how about the idea that Dak stepped on the out-of-bounds line when he was about to score the game-winning touchdown? All these teams get lucky, Stevie. I mean, Detroit's been lucky 9,000 times. How about the Rams on Sunday? You don't think they were lucky against the Giants when Tyrod Taylor had to pass to Barkley and it was incomplete? It should have been, and then they get the missed field goal. I know you hate Dallas, okay? Here's the bottom line, and deal with it. They're going to get 2, not 1, 2 home playoff games, and I don't like the Cowboys either. I don't make it a cottage industry like you do. I'm not a big fan, but Dallas at the end of the day is going to be at San Francisco in late January. Stevie, every team in the league gets lucky outside of San Francisco and Baltimore. You're off to a lousy start on a Wednesday morning.
How am I off to a lousy start and I haven't spoken yet?
You spoke yesterday. We left with it.
Yeah, Mad Dog, you are my spirit animal right now because it does take luck for everybody. Even the teams you talking about, it took some luck for them to win certain games. Dak Prescott threw for 345 yards and 2 touchdowns. And this man said it's all luck. It's about being good as well. When you win 11 games in the NFL, you're a pretty good football team. Maybe not the best team, maybe not the team that's going to win the Super Bowl, but it's a lot of good that goes along with you having the opportunity to win the games that you won this season. When you look at Detroit, you could say, yeah, it was a bad luck. It was also a illegal formation before the play even started. It also was a phantom tripping call on a tight end for Dallas instead of it being called on the Detroit Lions. All of those things matter when it comes into the season and we start talking about luck. The Cleveland Browns won a game against the Baltimore Ravens earlier this year because Baltimore dropped 6 passes and dropped 2 of them for touchdowns. Like, all of those things matter throughout the course of a year. The Cowboys are good and lucky. And most of the time, teams that win championships or win a lot of games, it's a little bit of both, but more about being good.
Both of y'all sound lost. And both of y'all should be ashamed of your damn selves. First of all, when the hell have we ever associated luck with the Detroit Lions? Mr. Historian, how many victories do the Detroit Lions have in the playoffs?
11.
In the playoffs?
Not many. 1.
All right,
We ain't talking about the playoffs.
Hold on, wait a minute. One since when? Since when?
1991.
Excuse me. They have 1 playoff victory since 1957, Mr. Historian. 1957. And you just came on national television and said everybody's lucky? When the hell have the Detroit Lions been lucky? That's number 1. Number 2, Swagu, along with Mad Doggy Dog. Excuse me. Let me tell y'all something. When you look at the Dallas Cowboys and we understand that the luck that you're talking about, okay, teams are lucky. How many teams are lucky because the officials messed up and overturned a game-winning play? When does that happen? Now, we sort of dropped pass for the Philadelphia Eagles. Well, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantlin's fault. That is a player with his quarterback throwing a bomb, putting it right in his hands, and he dropped the touchdown pass. We've certainly seen that before.
For the Philadelphia Eagles.
Did I ask you to interrupt me? Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying that he dropped the pass. Yeah, it was luck, but it involved players. Not an official. When Jackie Smith, I believe that was his name, dropped the touchdown pass in the Super Bowl against the Pittsburgh Steelers, yes, that was lucky for the Steelers, but it was also him who dropped the damn pass that Roger Staubach hit him right in the heart with. Okay, that's him. That is entirely different than an official literally negating a 2-point play that gives you the lead in the damn game. That is entirely different. How the hell are you two? I didn't ask you to interrupt. How are you going to sit up there, you two, on national television and go bring up and go bring? Ain't nobody scared. You can huff and puff all you want to. Nobody ain't blowing this house down.
Right.
The point is that you have an official that literally made the wrong call. He was informed of what they were doing schematically, and he messed up. And how do we know that? Because the damn officiating team has been demoted. That's how we know it. Don't tell me luck. How about incompetence? How about using that word? Don't get me started with it.
I got a question.
Stop the nonsense.
I got a question for you. I got a question for you since we're going to talk about the referees. We're going to talk about the referee. Is it unlucky for the Detroit? Is it unlucky for Dallas that it was a phantom tripping call called because the referees interjected? Or was it more about the players? Because we can go back before that happened and talk about what transpired in order for Detroit to even be in that situation.
Okay, Swagu Orlovsky, I heard your point. You echoed Dan Orlovsky's point from a couple of days ago. Here is my retort to that. What I am saying is there are plenty of plays. You are absolutely right. There are plenty of plays where officials come into play and they'll make a call here or there. It is rare that it's a game-winning touchdown or a two-point conversion and it gets negated and hands the opposing team the victory because of an officiating call and an officiating error. When have we seen that? When?
Detroit wouldn't have gotten the ball if they would have made the right call, Stephen A. Do you understand that? The Detroit Lions never would have had an opportunity to have a bad call on a game-winning possession.
We've seen plenty of teams. We've seen officials. We've seen officials make errors that have given opportunities. We haven't seen officials make errors that have given you the game. There's a difference.
If they don't make a tripping call against Hendershot, the Detroit Lions never get a chance to go make a game-winning play.
I agree.
So how is that not altering the game?
I am saying to you, there have been plenty of mistakes that have been made, or there have been plenty of officiating interference that has extended an opportunity for somebody to position themselves to win a football game. I'm saying that is entirely different than a team scoring a two-point conversion that puts them up and hands them the victory. And the official who made the mistake says, well, excuse me, I'm sorry, you didn't do it. Procedurally, you didn't do the right thing.
Steve.
Really?
Steve.
Chris,
that's luck. That's not luck.
Can I say something?
Yes, you may.
Would you have any issues at all with the Lion game if the Eagles didn't blow a 21-6 lead to Arizona at home? You would care less.
Yes.
What bothers you is that now they're going to win the division. You don't care about the Lion-Cowboy game.
No.
You're bothered that
I'm honestly not thinking about
that Philadelphia lost, and now Dallas, because of a shaky scenario, is the 2 seed. That's what you're ticked off about.
So right now,
if the Eagles
you're not the Hall of Fame.
You wouldn't have said a word about this.
Right now, you're not the Hall of Fame radio host who's a great contributor on First Take. Right now, you're a troll. You're a troll. So you're just going to ask me a question, but then answer it. You're going to ignore my answer because you got your answer in your head about what the hell I'm thinking. Did I stutter? Do I look like I'm backing up? I'm telling you right now, the Detroit Lions won the damn game, and the official took it away from them. That is luck. And I'm saying to you, that's how I feel about the Cowboys. I'm not even thinking about the division. I'm just talking about that game. Because the Eagles just look like the Eagles just stink over the last 5 weeks.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Mad Dog. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay? Because here's what I do know as well. There was an illegal formation before the throw happened anyway.
I'm not denying.
It was an illegal formation. That's the Detroit Lions' fault, Stephen A. That ain't no unlucky. They lined up illegally. After that, it was 2 more opportunities to get into the end zone, which they didn't. And
when they lined up illegally.
To the previous point.
Okay. When they lined up illegally, were they at a deficit, yes or no? Were they at a deficit, yes or no? Were they not trailing the Dallas Cowboys?
Yes.
So the Cowboys still had an opportunity to stop them and didn't.
Stephen A. When they lined up in illegal formation on the 2-point conversion, the play should have been nullified anyway. It was a bad. They couldn't line up the way they lined up. That's the Detroit Lions' fault. Does that lay in line with the luck of the Dallas Cowboys? Absolutely.
Okay.
But I'm asking you a question because you're talking about, well, Dan Orlovsky brought up that point. The point is still relevant to what you're talking about. You're talking about something that a ref did to alter the outcome of a game. They did it earlier. That altered the potential outcome of the game.
Listen, I'm not refuting that at all. I just think that there's a difference between the final play and something that transpired earlier where you still have an opportunity to change the outcome. That's all I'm saying. But in the end, what it comes down to is that we're all in agreement. Cowboys were more lucky than good.
No, they were good.
This whole thing, would we be making a big stink about this if Dallas was the 5 seed? No.
I'm telling you, I would.
This is, everybody's
Mad
making a
Dog,
big
he
deal because Philadelphia opened up the door for Dallas. And if Philadelphia had won the game, this would be a
That's how you're thinking about it. You think about it the way the hell you want to think about it. I think about it the way I want to think about it. I'm telling you, I'm not thinking about that. I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about that game.
I agree with Stephen A. on that. Doggy, he may not be thinking about Philly, but Doggy, let me just bring this in before we move on, because we're talking about good and lucky. Were they not good when they beat Philly? Because if they don't beat Philly, they never in this situation.
When they beat Philly,
so they've been lucky or good?
When they beat Philly, did I not concede that they were good?
What are you talking about then?
Because wait a minute, I thought we were talking about the game, and if you want to take into account their season, I can point to losses to Arizona. I can point to the blowout loss to San Francisco. I can point to the blowout loss to the Buffalo Bills and juxtapose that to beating up on cellar dwellers. I can do that and say you more lucky than good. The schedule makers, it ain't your fault that you got to play the people in front of you, but the level of competition hasn't been. You haven't performed as well against better and elite competition. I can do all of that too. You got an argument, I got one. What?
I got a question for you. Who did you have winning the Philly Cowboy game? Did you have the Cowboys winning?
I did. I had the Cowboys winning that game. I had the Cowboys winning that game.
So why did you have them winning that game?
Because I don't like because I didn't like the way Philly was looking. We talked about this.
Oh, okay.
We talked about this.
But the Cowboys are good. The Cowboys are good, Stephen A. It's okay to say that.
They're
a good football team.